Good day, grade 7. So this is Mrs. Hafaji, your mathematics teacher. So I hope you guys have all had an enjoyable week and welcome to week 2 of mathematics. Yikes, I forgot to change this to week 2 anyway. It should be edited on you guys' documents that will be sent out to you. Okay, so we're under day 1 and we're looking at whole numbers. Right, and we are looking at pages 1 to 3 from our textbook. So I hope that you guys have managed to get yourselves your textbooks by now, and if you haven't, then please try and get them as soon as possible. Right, so whole numbers. Okay, so did you know that all numbers have names? It is the same as your family name. A group of numbers have the same name. As you get to know more about numbers, you will learn how they can be grouped. So let us have a look at the names of numbers that you know. So if we're looking at whole numbers, these are the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's very important to note that whole numbers start with a 0. The natural numbers, also called counting numbers, are similar, and we call them counting numbers specifically because we count from 1 upwards. We don't start saying 0, 1, 2, 3. No, instead we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are your natural numbers. They start from 1, whereas your whole numbers start from 0. So common fractions, decimal fractions, and negative numbers are not whole numbers, right? Because they don't always start from 0. We use whole numbers every day. So here are some examples. We use them in our ID documents and in our bank cards, in barcodes, when we measure stuff, when we look at the distance between cities, and also when we have our cell phone numbers. Right, if you turn over, we will look at some of the mental calculations on the next page. So it says, when we practice mental calculations, we train our minds to make number bonds to make calculations easier. So for example, if you want to add 19 and 5 mentally, you would probably say 19 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 20 plus 4, which is equal to 24. Here, the number bond 19 plus 1 gives 20, which makes the calculation easier. Examples of shortcuts in mental calculations using compensation and other techniques. So if we're looking at example 1, 28 plus 16 can be broken down into 28 plus 2 plus 16 minus 2, which we then get 30 plus 14 is equal to 44. In example 2, 46 minus 18 can be broken down into 46 plus 2 minus 18 plus 2, which is equal to 48 minus 20. Okay, so notice that using compensation in addition, we add to one number and subtract from the other. Right? You can also figure some of this out using other methods that you might have come up with over the years, because this section is all about making your own mental calculations easier. And remember, when we say mental, we don't want you to necessarily use a calculator to work out something. So your work for today is to do exercise 1.1. So you're going to complete number 1, so the table here in number 1, number 2, and number 3 in your textbook. And that will be all for today.